guest tonight is something that's rare in the universe. It's going to be a female Star Wars fan, and she represents an organization called the Star Wars Chicks. So let's bring her out right now. From the Star Wars Chicks, the one and only, let's bring her up, Lori! Being escorted by the 501st cast. All right. I'll take the program from here, all right? Go back to your post there, all right. So, Lori.
Yes.
The Star Wars Chicks.
Star Wars Chicks.
All right, let's give it the 411 on what the Star Wars Chicks do.
Well, Star Wars Chicks, StarWarsChicks.com.
StarWarsChicks.com.
It's a website. It's dedicated to the female Star Wars fan.
Unbelievable.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. It's unbelievable. Well, you know, George Lucas had to have a mother, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, Lucasfilms, when we've talked to them about that girls like Star Wars too, they're like, oh yeah, but only about a 3%.
Really?
But you know, 3% counts for something.
So you either can dress up as Carrie Fisher and Natalie Portman. It's not that big of a choice there, huh?
No, there's lots of choices. I'm actually an Imperial officer with the 501st.
Oh, really?
So I cross group there.
Is that okay? Is that acceptable with the chicks? Do they mind that?
It's definitely. We have lots of chicks who do all. We have your at is actually a female, and she's a Star Wars chick.
No way. Oh, was that why? That's how many people you killed? Those women drivers for the ad. I'm sorry out there. But, you know,
oh boy.
I better move the limo before the show ends.
He is armed, Mr. Restani. Be careful.
Yeah, Doc, don't get into that. But all right, getting back to the Star Wars Chicks. Now, you go around to the events like the 501st does?
We're more website based. A lot of people ask us, how do you become a Star Wars chick? And we're a group, but we're not a group that you have to like get a membership to.
Could the Colonel become a Star Wars chick?
He can be a Star Wars chick supporter.
Really?
Yeah, you have to be a chick to be a Star Wars chick. So you have to be a girl and you have to like Star Wars. If you have those two things, then you're a Star Wars chick.
Unbelievable. It's like peanut butter and jelly going together.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yep.
So now, growing up, you're a lifelong Star Wars fan?
Yep. Back in 1977, I was 6 years old. I saw it at the Braintree Cinema as well.
Were you there? Oh, McMurphy.
It's possible. It's possible.
She was 6 years old. What were you, like 30? What's going on?
I was 12, Mr. Restani.
Oh, you were 12. Oh. Your voice started to change like Peter Brady, huh?
No, it's still changing, actually.
Now, Laurie, what are your fondest Star Wars memories?
My fondest Star Wars memories, actually playing Star Wars with my friends around the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah?
I always wanted to be Luke, though, but they always wanted me to be Leia. So unless I could get my little sister to play with us, I would always end up being the princess.
Now, why did you want to be Luke?
I don't know. I liked Luke. He was, you know, the farm boy, and he was the one. I want to play with everybody else. I want to be the big hero. And
do you know what Luke was before he was Luke, Mark Hamill? You know what role he originated?
8 is Enough, the big brother.
That is right.
You're not going to stump on us.
He was the original David Bradford.
He was.
I'm sure the producers of 8 Enough are like cringing right now. We had Luke Skywalker on the show, and then we gave it a Grant Goodnothing, or whatever his name was. So, you wanted to be Luke, and then your fondest memory of Star Wars was going to see it with Dr. McMurphy.
Yeah,
well, let's not start any rumors.
My fondest memory going to see Star Wars was actually Return of the Jedi, and I dressed up as Luke to see Return of the Jedi at the Braintree Cinema.
That's okay. Wow. He dressed up as Slave Leia. That's a different
Looks quite good, actually.
Which we have nightmares of. I mean, we've seen pictures and stuff like that, Doc.
I've done Slave Leia as well.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I
Why didn't you do it tonight, you know? Boost the ratings.
I had a child a couple years ago, and the body hasn't bounced back from that, so.
Oh, dear.
Would you like to know what my son's name is?
Let me guess. Can I guess?
You can try to guess.
All right. Is it a Star Wars name?
It's close.
Well, how is it close? It's either a Star Wars name or it's not.
It's part of a Star Wars name.
All right. Give me a hint.
It's part of Luke's name.
It's either Sky or Walker.
It's Walker.
Walker.
Walker. There we go, huh?
Very good.
Unbelievable. That's awesome. Now, how old is he?
3.
Is he a big Star Wars fan, too?
Huge Star Wars
Now, did you, like, force it on him, or was it in the genes?
You know, it was, he was in the crib, and it's all on the walls around him, and he would go, Mama, Star Wars.
See, that didn't happen to me. That happened to me when I'm from Atlantic City, and I was like, look, roulette wheels and all that other stuff. But that's a different story for a different time. Now, your favorite Star Wars movie?
Favorite Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back.
Why?
Oh, Luke, he's wearing a tank top.
She is a Star Wars chick, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Now, what about over there? Infamous Han Solo and Carbonite. What are your feelings on him?
Yeah, I don't go for dark-haired men. I'm sorry. I like the blondes.
I'm just thankful the prison system
But
doesn't know how
I
to
have a
do that
special
yet.
place in my heart for you.
Of course, everybody does. And this is my real hair, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Industrial Light Man. Yes, Donald.
I got a question for the lovely young
Well,
young lady.
ask away.
Tell me something.
Yes.
Have you had a lot of hits on the computer?
I was going to say a lot of hits on myself. Yeah.
Well, we told you Dr. McMurphy hit on when he was 12.
Yes. Our website actually is very popular. The first time we put it, it started in 1999, and as soon as we put it live, it went. Women were just drawn to it,
Really?
and everybody was excited to be Star Wars chicks. You know, it usually goes up during when the movies come out. So when the last movie came out, Revenge of the Sith, we had 4 million hits in a month.
Really? Now, what do you do now? Now the movies are done. What's going on? What's going to happen?
Well, 30th anniversary.
30, well, which we
why
are
we're
celebrating
all here,
here.
yes.
Forget about the thing that's going on in California. This is where it's at.
That's right.
There's always stuff going on. There's movies coming out. There's comic books. There's books. Girls are really into the novels.
Really? Now, have you ever met Mark Hamill?
I have not met Mark Hamill.
You
That's
have
the
not?
one of the big Star Wars celebrity people that I.
He was on Broadway not too long ago.
I know, and some of my 501st friends have actually met him, but I.
Really?
Yeah, down in New York, but I missed it.
What about Corvette Summer? Do you have a Corvette because he was in that movie?
No, but I have seen that film, unfortunately.
You're probably the only one that has seen
You know,
that
my
movie.
favorite Mark Hamill film is Big Red One.
Oh, really?
That's a great movie.
I watched that one.
We're not going to talk about the certain scene that happens in that movie. It's a family program here. But Corvette Summer, was it true that he went through the windshield in that movie and that's why he was all cut up for Empire?
He went through a windshield when he was driving down the highway, but I'm not sure if it was for that
Corvette
film.
Summer?
Yeah.
Now, Doc, I know that's one of your favorite movies out there, Corvette Summer. That's why you got a Corvette when you moved over
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah.
Well, what is your take on Corvette Summer? You want to be now? What was your favorite character in Corvette Summer?
It was the Corvette.
Oh, was the Corvette?
Absolutely.
He didn't talk or anything. It wasn't
No,
a kid
I
or
just
anything
loved
like
that car. And I felt very bad for him. You know, they stole his car. It's a sad movie. But he should have had his...
Corvette Summer with Mark Hamill. It's a sad
But
movie.
they stole his car. It's Mark Hamill. He should have had a blaster or a lightsaber. It would have taken care of business right away.
Really? Why didn't you just use the Force and stop the car? Or was he just still a Padawan in training?
He's being smug now.
Oh,
It
no.
wasn't. It wasn't a Star Wars movie.
Anytime Mark Hamill's in something, it's a Star Wars movie.
You kind
know,
of,
they're not going to remember
if
him
you
from anything
pretend,
else.
if you take a Mark Hamill movie and you pretend that it's a Star Wars movie, it could be interesting. But what was that? The Black Magic Woman. That's the one you don't want to do that for.
So, once again, plug your big website out there, Laurie.
StarWarsChicks.com. I just wanted to mention that we do a lot of fundraisers for breast cancer.
Okay, good cause.
We have raised over $25,000.
$25,000.
We sell. We've sold pins in the past, little Star Wars Chicks pins, and I actually have a gift for you, TC.
Oh, a gift for Get the camera on me.
Yes,
We got a
I
gift
do.
coming to me. All right.
loves gifts.
All
I
right.
have a Fight for the Cure Star Wars Chick pin.
Oh,
just for you.
unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Fight for the Cure at StarWarsChicks.com. Unbelievable guest, Laurie. Thanks for coming on the program.
Hey there, this is Sabrina Champagne King, and if you want to be on my show, just follow the contact information at the bottom of the screen. This is After Hours. We're never closed.